Hello everyone, and thank you for coming back to the channel, and for subscribing and liking to get updates on other Mao Mao stories. After Jinchi returned to the palace with Mao Mao's warning about the locust plague, life in the small shack behind the verdigris house went on as usual. However, that peace didn't last long. A few days later, Busengo Shen's son arrived, carrying a leather case filled with several thick volumes. "Lord Jinchi is busy," said Busid, his face listless. "These are the books that were successfully confiscated from Fort Shish." Mao Mao immediately opened the package. Inside were encyclopedias about birds, fish, plants, and 2 volumes about insects. But as she flipped through the pages, what she was looking for wasn't there the specific notes about locusts she had once seen in the fort's basement. "One volume is missing," Mao Mao muttered in frustration. "The most important one is gone." Meanwhile, life in the pleasure district continued with its own problems. One morning, a disheveled man went berserk in front of Mao Mao's shack, pleading for help for his seriously ill daughter. A reluctant Mao Mao finally agreed to examine her after. The man signed a debt note with a blood thumbprint. In a filthy shack near the entertainment district, Mao Mao found a young girl lying weak, the tips of her fingers blackened as if rotting. After investigating, she discovered a bag of sweet cakes hidden by the older sister. "Someone gave them to us a month ago," the girl said. The cakes turned out to contain ergot poison from moldy grain. The younger girl was poisoned, while her mother, who also ate the cakes, had died from a miscarriage. Mao Mao took the girl to her shop for treatment, while the older sister decided to become a courtesan at the verdigris house to escape poverty. "This is no coincidence," UQ whispered as they returned. "Several other people in poor areas have shown similar symptoms after receiving cakes from an unidentified woman." Mao Mao stored this information away, while her main focus remained on the missing book. With the help of Cezanne, the former fort guard, who now worked at the verdigris house, she finally found a clue. The missing volume might still be in the rear palace clinic, where Mao Mao had previously been assigned. She immediately sent a letter to Ji. The next day, a carriage came to fetch her to the residence of Adu, the former consort who now protected Saray, the medicine expert who survived the Shi clan. In the lavish sitting room, Mao Mao faced the ever-expressionless Saray. "My mentor lost his memory after drinking the resurrection elixir," Saray revealed. "But if you're looking for locust records, try checking the rear palace clinic. My younger sister Shisui may have left something there." That clue proved true. Jinchi himself came to the apothecary shop a few days later, bringing the final volume of the Insect Encyclopedia. Inside, a detailed illustration sheet was tucked away, showing 3 types of locusts: green normal, brown plague causing, and a transitional type between them. "It's the brown type that will cause major damage this year," said Mao Mao, pointing to the picture of the long-winged locust. "And the northern region, the former Shi clan territory, is most vulnerable because illegal deforestation has driven away the insect-eating birds." Jinchi nodded gravely. His face grew pale again under the pressure. "We must act quickly, but without concrete evidence, the nobles won't believe it." Mao Mao then proposed several solutions: emergency insecticide, a ban on sparrow hunting, and even half-jokingly promoting locust consumption as palace cuisine. Jinchi turned pale upon hearing the last suggestion. "Don't worry," Mao Mao said with a grin. "I've already prepared fried locusts for dinner." The scene that followed later became an unforgettable memory for all present. Jinchi, with a suffering expression, ate locusts to prove his seriousness, while Mao Mao innocently fed him like a baby. Gao Xin trembled, the apprentice girls nearly cried, and Shuyu just shook his head, saying, "Freckles, you're too cruel." Yet, beneath the joke, a real threat still loomed. Meanwhile, strange news began circulating in the capital. An albino woman with white hair and red eyes, calling herself Lady White, was holding magical performances and claiming to possess an elixir of immortality. Her shows attracted the attention of nobles and wealthy merchants, even reducing the number of customers at the verdigris house. A curious Mao Mao was finally invited by Lahanda strategist's nephew from the palace to witness the performance. With a critical eye, she observed every trick: mind-reading that used salt-infused ink and high-frequency sounds, metal transmutation that was just ordinary alchemical plating, and the elixir of immortality that turned out to be poisonous mercury. After the show, Lady White disappeared without a trace, leaving several mysterious poisoning cases among the city's elite. Mao Mao could only shake her head. they chase immortality, only to shorten their own lives. Back in her shop, Mao Mao neatly stored all the locust records. Shu Yu, watching her, asked, "So, will we survive this plague?" "Don't know," Mao Mao answered honestly, "but at least we've warned those who can do something." In the night sky, a crescent moon hung like a thin smile. Behind the capital's glitter, the threat of famine and political intrigue continued to loom. But for tonight, Mao Mao chose to put out the lamp and sleep. Tomorrow would bring a new day, with new problems and perhaps, with her own unique new ways to solve them.